Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Michael Germain. A structure fire broke out at a La Crescent assisted living facility. We sent a News 8 member to the scene who reported that the fire occurred at Traditions of La Crescent. When our crew arrived, approximately 10 to 15 firefighters were battling the blaze, which appeared to be concentrated towards the east side of the building. Our photographer observed both the La Crescent Fire Department and the La Crescent Police Department on site. We will provide updates both online and on air as more information becomes available. A man is dead after a fatal crash in the town of Farmington. Law enforcement says 34-year-old Andrew Beckstrom lost control of his vehicle on County Road D. The vehicle veered off the road and crashed into a guardrail. The crash is still under investigation.
It was a little bit of a scorcher out there in terms of October temperatures. We got well into the 80s for areas south of I-90. Thankfully, though, we had a cold front passing through this evening. That's really going to make a big effect on our temperatures. It also brought some showers to areas mainly north of I-94. Thankfully, much of those stronger storms just popped up as they got out of the area, so we didn't really have to deal with any of that tonight. But for the rest of the night, we're looking to be clear in terms of precipitation and cloud cover. There's still a little bit out there. However, it's going to clear up as we get later in the evening, giving a good chance to see the aurora tonight. Now, we didn't get to see it last night. The storm wasn't as strong as predicted, but it is predicted to be significantly stronger tonight, especially towards the beginning of the evening. So try to see it, get out there, especially at this time or the next few hours or so if you have the time tonight. Could make for some very nice pictures. And then going into the morning, it's going to be a little bit chilly as we get into those earlier hours, staying in the 50s, and we're not really going to warm up that much more afterwards. Maybe only 10 degrees, still sitting at 56 at noon in Eau Claire. So it's going to be a nice fall day coming up, and that might trickle into the rest of the week as well, but I'll have the full forecast coming up.
Sounds like a plan. Nicole, thank you for that. Local Democrats held a town hall meeting to discuss Project 2025. Congressman Mark Pocan, Senator Brad Pfaff, and Representative Jill Billings discussed how this agenda could impact the 3rd Congressional District. Senator Pfaff argued that Project 2025 is a national agenda being imposed on the people. He stressed the importance of politicians listening to their constituents, stating that ignoring their voices is not a recipe for success.
The thing that concerns me the most is the fact that, again, it continues this trend of, nationally pushing down these ideas at the local level. And that is not a good recipe for success.
At the local level, he expressed concerns about several issues, including the protection of reproductive freedoms and the safeguarding of Medicare and Medicaid. A local organization is shining a spotlight on domestic violence. New Horizons Shelter and Outreach Centers hosted its 3rd annual Dare to Self-Care event at the Hmong Culture and Community Center in La Crosse. This event is part of a series of events for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The community engagement director says the event empowers victims to take time to care for themselves.
Day to care for yourself. Victims of domestic violence often don't even get the chance to care for themselves.
If you know someone who is experiencing domestic violence, you can visit their website to find resources on how to get help. We'll also have that link on our digital platforms. The grocery store Hy-Vee is celebrating a major accomplishment. They were recently voted the best grocery store in all of America. To give back, all Hy-Vee locations hosted a Customer Appreciation Day to thank everyone who voted for them. Today, each customer could receive a free burger or hot dog. The store director says it's great to see the community's support.
I'm just excited to see everyone, greet everyone, say thank you, say hi. See what's going on in their lives, just meet the community.
Hy-Vee was also voted America's best grocery store for produce and ranked as the #2 best grocery store for prepared food in the nation. A local organization is helping bring families together. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater La Crosse hosted its first Family Fun Day and athletic drive at Logan High School. The event aims to raise funds for the organization year-round sports programs, which include football, volleyball, and baseball. The proceeds from the event will support these programs. And the athletic director says it is a great feeling to give kids the opportunity to be active.
We provide an opportunity for kids to learn life skills. They get to be a part of a team. They get to have fun. They have, fun with their friends. They make new friends. But being able to offer these activities is something that, we feel very fortunate to do.
Attendees could enjoy face painting, food trucks, and a bounce house. A group of assistant dogs are getting familiar with a new surrounding. Can Do Canines volunteers visited Leffel Roots Apple Orchard to train a new group of service dogs. The organization aims to enhance the quality of life for individuals with disabilities by using specifically trained dogs. The outing is designed to help the dogs prepare for their future experiences with their new owners. And a volunteer says it is important to learn the laws for service dogs.
I would just like to see the public get more education on the fact that service dogs in training are legally allowed in almost every situation.
If you are interested in volunteering or need other resources, please visit their website. We'll have that link on our digital platforms. Coming up on News 8, more help is on the way to assisting cleanup efforts for Hurricane Helene. Those details when we return after the break.
Every day we battle illegal drugs coming into our community.
And we know the attacks on Tammy Baldwin are not true.
Tammy's working with law enforcement to stop the flow of fentanyl.
She brought Democrats and Republicans together
to crack down on drugs coming from China and Mexico,
giving us more tools to fight drug smugglers.
And Tammy voted 32 times to strengthen the border.
Don't believe the attacks.
It's Tammy Baldwin I trust to keep Wisconsin safe.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Sometimes a celebration means fireworks and loud music. I'll just tell you that I'm celebrating 35 years at the board store, 80 years on the planet, and my daughter Danielle becoming the new general manager of the board store. Let what's personal to me be personal to you with savings on your next home improvement.
Call for a prompt free estimate on windows and doors, on siding or gutters, on a bathroom or a kitchen, on a sunroom or deck.
Better products.
Better people.
Better prices.
The board store, improving your home, improving your life.
Fentanyl is one of the most lethal drugs on the market. This much can kill thousands. These deadly drugs are pouring across our border. But Biden, Harris, and Democrats have done nothing to stop it. Tammy Baldwin claims she's trying, but she's failed. She took credit for an anti-fentanyl bill she didn't write and opposed efforts to secure the border. Senator Baldwin and Democrats have done nothing, and our communities are paying the price.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
You earn trust by making a commitment and sticking to it. By telling the heartwarming stories with the same consistency and dedication as the difficult ones. And being there when needed, all day, every day. We work hard for this trust, not just because we love what we do, but because we, like you, expect more. We are News 8 Now.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Today, around the globe, there were demonstrations ahead of the one-year mark of the Hamas attack on Israel and the war in Gaza that has followed. Tens of thousands showed up in several cities, most in support of the Palestinians in Gaza. But in Rome, protesters clashed with police. Water cannons and tear gas were used to disperse the crowd. Tonight, Israel launched new punishing airstrikes at targets in Beirut. Huge explosions hitting the city. This as the head of U.S. Central Command arrived in Israel as the war widens.
Dressed in black and wearing emerald-colored headbands, the colors of Hamas. This is the funeral of Saeed Attallah, a commander for the militant group's Qassam brigades, along with his wife and 2 daughters who were killed in the Israeli strike. But it's Hezbollah Israel says it's after, as it ramps up its bombing campaign across Lebanon. leveling entire buildings. Like this one. 1 week ago, Israeli fighter jets targeted this building in the predominantly Christian village of Ain al-Delb. It was full of people who had fled the fighting further south. At least 60 people were killed, according to Lebanese health officials.
Well, this was once a 5-story building, and as you can see, it's now just a mountain of rubble. All that's left of what was once people's lives, just bits of clothing and dust.
One shoe, a pair of jeans, and a family picture. Relics of lives that no longer exist. In the shadow of Beirut's iconic Blue Mosque, more displaced families are living out in the open, including Syrian refugee Mohammed Ahmed Al-Naim and his family. Part of the 1.2 million across Lebanon who've abandoned their homes for safety. We had to flee one war only to find another war, he says. This is torture. At just 20 days old, baby Rita is among the youngest displaced. She and her mother Fatima shelter in this classroom crammed with personal belongings. A new life amid so much violence.
Imtiaz Taib, CBS News, Beirut.
Tonight, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is lashing out against France's president after he called for a ban on weapons shipments to Israel. More help is on its way to storm ravaged North Carolina when Hurricane Helene came ashore more than a week ago. It caused extensive damage to roads and bridges. The Transportation Department announced Saturday it is sending $100 million in emergency funds so workers can start fixing those roads and bridges. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg called the emergency aid an initial round of funding. He said the goal is to get roads repaired, and reopen quickly. The government is using money from the Federal Highway Administration's Emergency Relief Program to pay for the repairs. Coming up on News 8, Tesla is recalling more than 27,000 Cybertrucks. The reason why when we return.
We're going to see breezier conditions pull over into Sunday as well with much cooler temperatures on the way. I'll have all the details on just how cool we're going to get coming up after the break.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big snacking and candy event. Right now, save on our incredible one-of-a-kind selection of craveable candies, nuts and trail mixes, and more. Like new Blaine's brand Blueberry Lemon Crumble or Dark Chocolate Medley trail mixes, just $5.99 a pound. All Blaine's brand nut and trail mix tins are 20% off. Your choice of large resealable cinnamon bears or jelly slices, just $8.99. Plus, this Saturday and Sunday only from 10 to 2, don't miss free in-store Blaine's Farm and Fleet candy and snack samples.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. These places employ us, sponsor the Little League team, and feed and clothe us. That's why I'm proud of the work I've done to support our business community. I know that the side of the aisle you're on matters less than being on the side of our main streets. No party has a monopoly on good ideas. I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm working for our businesses, working for our communities, and I'm working for you.
Party pants on, people! Taco John's new 2 for $5 Fiesta Chicken Tacos are here. That's right, grilled old white meat chicken is here to Fiesta. Fresh Pico is here to Fiesta. And Fiesta sauce is obviously here to Fiesta. It's Fiesta sauce, kinda its whole thing. That and being creamy and savory and awesome. Fiesta at our place and lasers. New 2 for $5 Fiesta Chicken Tacos. Only at Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
There are over 21,000 Wisconsin veterans struggling to pay for rent and utilities.
Thank you for your service.
Many are also facing issues with their mental health.
Thank you for your service.
We must do more to help these heroes who have already sacrificed so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Words simply aren't enough.
I'm sorry.
Make a difference by donating to this critical Wisconsin survival safety net today.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Tesla is recalling more than 27,000 Cybertrucks due to a camera visibility issue. The company says a software glitch could cause the rearview mirror display screen to remain blank for up to 8 seconds when a driver shifts into reverse, increasing the risk of a crash. Drivers can download a free software update to fix the issue. Well, it was a beautiful day across the region with temperatures nearly hitting the mid-80s. Let's send it over to meteorologist Nicole Skalicki for our weekend weather forecast.
Yeah, it was a warm one out there. It definitely felt like summer again. However, if you want fall to stick or at least come back for even a day or two, then I have some good news for you because it will, although it's not going to stick around for too long. So let's take a look at this full forecast. We're going to have these breezier conditions that we saw this Saturday continue over into Sunday as well. We saw multiple areas get wind gusts over 30 miles an hour today, and that's looking to be a trend going into Sunday as well. And then we have a major cool down coming. After this cold front continues to move out of the area, we're going to feel its effects tomorrow with our highs, but after that we have a very quiet week ahead. Not a lot of weather makers coming into the area. So here's a look at our wind speeds going into Sunday. Even in the morning, we're going to see sustained wind speeds around 15 miles an hour, ramping up to around 20 miles an hour as we get into the late morning and afternoon hours. These could be gusting again upwards to nearly 30 miles an hour, similar to what we saw today at times, mainly in those afternoon hours, and then those should be dying down as we get into the evening, as the winds typically do. And then after that, we really aren't tracking any breezier conditions, at least to this extent, as we go into the week. So we have that to look forward to as well. And then here's our upper air pattern again. Here's that cooler air that is coming down after that cold front moves through, just dipping down into Sunday. Although just because it says cool doesn't mean we're below average. We're actually going to be very near average for tomorrow. However, after this 80-degree day, it's going to feel much cooler out there. And then going to start the week, and then going into the first half of the week as well, we have those mild conditions sticking around. However, as we get into Wednesday and then possibly Thursday as well, we start to see that warmer ridge of air slowly making its way over into our neck of the woods. So we are going to feel just a gradual warm up as we go throughout the week. However, it's not going to be till the end of the week that we really actually start to feel warm, if you want to classify it as that. Here's the past 2 weeks in La Crosse. We've been above average for most of the days. Today is going to be a very high spike on that chart, but then tomorrow we're just 1 degree above average. And don't even look here, don't even look that far ahead, because it's going to be a perfect fall week to start. And then yes, going into next weekend, we will see some warmer temperatures return again, as they always do in the fall. We just can't get rid of them. Here's the past 2 weeks in Eau Claire. Again, most days have been well above average. Tomorrow is going to be very near average, very normal and seasonal for this time of year. And then again, going into the weekend, we're going to see a big bump in those temperatures once again. So I would definitely urge you to go out and view these fall colors now while we have the fall temperatures here, because next weekend isn't really going to feel like fall as it is right now. We already have some good color foliage dipping down into areas like Eau Claire, so get out there and enjoy it if you can. Tonight, we're seeing lows dip into the low 50s, and then tomorrow, that's our cool day. Look at that, much of the area staying in the low to mid 60s. Going to be a nice fall day out there if you can look past those windier conditions. Monday, we'll stay in the upper 60s again, and then there's our just gradual warm up. As we get into the end of the week, we'll have the upper 70s and then possibly seeing an 80 again. So definitely take in the beginning of the week. So it's going to be nice, and then it'll get warm again.
Sounds like a plan. Definitely not looking forward to it.
Me either.
Coming up in sports, the UWL Eagles back at home, and they're up against a very good Platteville team. Kate has the highlights after the break.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
How much are your old windows costing you? Heat that either escapes or enters windows accounts for roughly 30% of the energy used to heat and cool your home. For a limited time, River Valley Remodelers is offering a free energy audit for your home's windows. We'll show you the energy loss and help you find the perfect option that fits your budget and matches your style. Our windows are energy efficient and designed for all of our weather, keeping your home comfortable year-round. River Valley Remodelers. Call today for your free energy audit.
You've probably seen all these negative ads against me. Well, here's the deal. They are designed to tear us apart. But here's the truth. My life's work has been fighting on behalf of others. It's why I became a prosecutor, district attorney, and attorney general. I took on drug cartels and human traffickers to protect our communities. Look, everyone is tired of the petty, destructive politics. Let's turn the page and chart a new way forward. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Who's that Derek Van Orden think he is? He thinks he's better than us. Like that time he screamed at somebody, I don't give a who you are. I'm a congressman.
Language!
Who does Derek Van Orden think he is, supporting an abortion ban?
I'm Rebecca Cook. Let me tell you who I am. I grew up on a dairy farm, run a small business, and I wait tables. Around here, we work hard, respect our neighbors' freedoms, and aren't looking for special treatment. We need one of us to represent us. That's why I approve this message.
Today at Wesco in Sparta, it's interest-free. Free, free! 24 months interest-free, 36 months interest-free, even 48 months interest-free on everything from beautiful furniture for every room and premium mattresses to flooring and brand-name appliances. Choose the home furnishings you want. Then Wesco lets you buy interest-free to suit your needs. 24 months interest-free, 36 months interest-free, or even 48 months interest-free. It's an interest-free for all today at Wesco in Sparta.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
The UWL Eagles are back for homecoming weekend as they host Platteville for the WIAC season opener. UWL ranked number 3 in D3 while Platteville sits at number 24. A real test to start conference play. Let's get into the action. A slow start for both squads, but Platteville would strike first with a field goal. Later, Eagles looking for an answer. They're going to get it with Kyle Haas in at QB, calling his own number, untouched and in for the score. Eagles take the lead 7-3 at the half. Second half, after an interception, Eagles looking to capitalize. They hand it off to Gabe Lynch. He takes it in for the score. Eagles with a 14-3 lead. Pioneers holding steady. Michael Priami dropping back, has time, and he's going to send it deep. Brant Stair comes down with it. 78 yards in for the score. Platteville pulls within 5. Later, Eagles driving. The handoff to Lynch, and he's got a hole, has some space, and Lynch is gone. 47 yards for the score. Eagles up 15, but Platteville would come back to force overtime, and in overtime, UWL would kick a field goal, but the Pioneers run the double pass to perfection. A walk-off winner for Platteville as they stun UWL 30-27, the final. Winona State also in action at home. Pick it up in the first quarter and check out this run by Josh Burry up the sideline. 51 yards, stumbling in for the touchdown. Warriors go up 10. Former Aquinas standout Jackson Flotmeyer making his first career start for Winona State, and check out this pass. On the money, touchdown. Flotmeyer with his first career passing touchdown. He would also lead the team in rushing. Winona State wins 33-6. Badgers, they were hosting Purdue, looking to get back in the win column, and look at this. Tyree Walker up the middle, takes it in. First play after a turnover, Badgers go up 7. Later in the quarter, 2nd and 5 for Wisconsin. Braden Locke rolling out, goes downfield, and that's Vinny Anthony Jr. making the grab in space, outrunning everyone. 52 yards, Badgers go up 14. And the defense was swarming. Purdue on first down, running play action. Hudson Card has some time, but the Badger defense closes quickly, gets the sack. Wisconsin allowed just 216 total yards, and the offense wasn't slowing down. Second half up 15. Locke with plenty of time. Middle of the field, and that's Kekeana. Down the field, defense won't catch him. Wisconsin dominates in this one, 52-6, the final.
We can put our trust in a lot of people, so that just brings even more weapons. And B-Lock looked amazing today, so that opened up the passing game, which makes the run game much easier. O-line played amazing, so it gives us a lot of confidence after today.
The last time Wisconsin scored 52 points in a Big Ten game, you only have to go back a few years, 2021 against Rutgers. And oh yeah, that's who the Badgers face next weekend. Minnesota tied with USC late in the fourth quarter. On 4th and goal, PJ Fleck says no field goal. We're scoring a touchdown. Max Brosmer on the QB sneak gets in. Or does he? He would be called short on the field, but after review, they give it the touchdown call. The Gophers take down 11th ranked USC. It's their first top 25 win at home in 5 years. How about a little cross-country action? La Crosse Central hosting the Dick Mitchell Invite out at Maple Grove. Up first were the girls. Port Washington's Parker Allen leading the pack. She would take first in 1943. Aquinas' Emily Bagnevsky, she takes second as the Blue Golds place 5 in the top 9 and dominate the team scores, winning by more than 40 points. And then it was the boys' turn. Early on in this race, West Salem's Carter Quackenbush out in front. Right behind him was Aquinas' Declan Gregg, and look out, Gregg would find another gear. Coming across the finish line in first place in 15:48. Quackenbush right behind him in 16:08. West Salem takes first in the team scores, with Aquinas finishing in third. A quick look ahead to tomorrow. The 2-2 Green Bay Packers traveling to take on the 1-3 LA Rams. This one's set to start at 3:25 Central Time right here on CBS. Packers looking to bounce back after last week's comeback against the Vikings fell short, but the good news is Jordan Love has another week of practice down, and look for him to have a big game as the Rams are giving up the second most yards per game in the NFL. And we've got an early wake-up call for the Vikings as they're taking on the Jets over in London. Kickoff 8:30 a.m. on NFL Network. Minnesota is going for their 5th straight win to start the season. Last time that happened, 2016, but they also finished 8-8 and missed the playoffs that year. If you're a fan of nostalgia, well, Aaron Rodgers against the Vikings, just like good old times. I'll have all the NFL coverage tomorrow, but that's all for now. We'll be right back.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
I'm traveling the country today, just talking to everyday Americans, seeing if they'll make the switch from fossil fuels to geothermal heating and cooling. Have you ever considered using geothermal to fight climate change?
No. Somebody said we were going to be frozen over by now. What do you see?
Well, I did an energy audit on your house. Do you want to see it?
Can we turn the clock back? Save me all this money?
Sounds like I've convinced you to consider the fight against climate change.
That's a secondary benefit, but I mean, you know, I don't mind saving 40 grand.
When you want to make your home a warmer, more welcoming place, it's hard to beat the feel of a fire. Transform your home with a Heat and Glow gas insert from La Crosse Fireplace Company. Enjoy all the coziness with none of the hassle. No cleanup, no drafts, and low maintenance. Just efficient and reliable warmth made easy. Your new Heat and Glow fireplace can be installed in just a day, right inside your outdated wood fireplace. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
I have had the privilege of working with an exceptional team to install over 12,000 home improvements for local homeowners in the last 35 years. Now it's time for me to spend a little more time with my bride of over 50 years. Fortunately, I found an experienced remodeling contractor and corporate project manager to lead the board store into the future.
And with an outstanding team by my side, I am proud to lead this amazing company my dad has built. And we look forward to continuing to serve you with the great value that is the board store trademark.
I'm Stacy Klein. As a volleyball mom, I remember looking forward to our week for team snacks. But now even the generic brands are expensive. And while career politicians are busy pointing fingers and bickering, Wisconsin families are still suffering. That's why I'm running for state senate, to lower the cost of living, cut taxes, and get Madison back to working as a team again. Because Western Wisconsin families are tired of settling for generic brands and generic politicians.
Carb lovers, it's time to celebrate. Sunday is National Noodle Day. Now, noodles were first developed in China around 4,000 years ago and are now one of the most eaten foods around the world. While most people probably think of spaghetti, fettuccine, or linguine, noodles actually come in a variety of forms and textures. You can celebrate by raising your fork to your favorite noodle. In Massachusetts, the saga of Nibby the beaver finally has its happy ending. It took action from the state's governor to make the dream of a wildlife rescue team come true.
Nibby needed a little nudge today to come out and meet a special visitor, Governor Healy.
Does she just naturally do that?
The 2-year-old beaver can now wade without worry after Governor Healy granted a permit allowing Nibby to stay in the only place she's known, the Newhouse Wildlife Rescue.
Oh, she's adorable. She's got this adorable little face. How are you? Oh, you're welcome.
Nibby's rescuer, Jane Newhouse, took the beaver in when she was days old, discovered on the side of the road. Newhouse says efforts to prepare Nibby to return to the wild have not worked.
It's just that sometimes animals cannot be rehabilitated and are not able to be released.
But earlier this week, Mass Wildlife planned to release the beaver, a move that had Nibby's fans flipping out.
I think the public outcry and I think Governor Healy stepping in kind of slowed things down enough where everyone could process it and think about it a little bit more and do what was best for Nibby.
Governor Healy blames a lack of understanding.
I think in this instance it was just maybe not getting enough information about kind of a unique situation.
Now Nibby will use her fame to educate.
And the goal here is to take what happened with Nibby and try and educate as many people as we can to fall in love with beavers and learn how to live with beavers.
Stay with us. We'll have one final check of your forecast when we return.
Your journey to wellness begins at Vernon Memorial Healthcare, where excellence in orthopedic care is a reality. From initial consultation to post-operative recovery, every step of the way is tailored to you. The numerous awards for orthopedic services are a testament to our entire team's skill and dedication. Your path to wellness is paved with our unwavering support and expertise. Trust us for a brighter, more active tomorrow. Vernon Memorial Healthcare.
At Ultra Federal Credit Union, we have a fair number of employees that travel quite a bit. Our employees' time is probably our most valuable asset at the credit union. Respecting their time is important, so convenience, getting in and out, ease of travel is probably our #1 priority, followed by the economics of it. We look at the La Crosse Regional Airport as being very convenient. You do not have the mileage expense, the parking expense, the additional hotel expense, the overnight travel, so that's why we consider coming out of here.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big snacking and candy event. Right now, save on our incredible one-of-a-kind selection of craveable candies, nuts and trail mixes, and more. Like new Blaine's brand Heat and Honey, Magic Marshmallow, or Muddy Buddy trail mixes, just $3.99 a pound. Enjoy your favorite Blaine's Farm and Fleet chocolate snacks in large resealable bags, only $12.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. Plus, this Saturday and Sunday only from 10 to 2, don't miss free in-store Blaine's Farm and Fleet candy and snack samples.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Career politician Tammy Baldwin doesn't share our Wisconsin values. Baldwin's life partner is a Wall Street executive who has invested in industries that Tammy oversees in Washington. But Senator Baldwin refuses to disclose her partner's financial assets. That's a conflict of interest. They're getting richer while you're paying more. Tammy Baldwin's not on your side. She's in bed with Wall Street.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. Join the team and give today.
Arthritis, high blood pressure, breast cancer. Almost everyone has a pre-existing condition and could lose health insurance if Derek Van Orden and Washington insiders get their way. They take money from big insurance companies, then try to strip coverage for pre-existing conditions. Van Orden and Washington insiders don't care about you, so if you get sick, you get dropped. Time to drop Derek Van Orden and these Washington insiders from Congress.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
After a hot day where you might have wanted an iced coffee, you can maybe go get a pumpkin spice coffee tomorrow. It's gonna feel like a nice pumpkin spice day, and on a Sunday you might want an extra large, especially waking up for that Vikings game. You might need maybe a couple extra espresso shots in there. What do you guys think?
Coffee? You might need some like tea and crumpets to fit the London mood, right?
I was about to say, tea kind of feels a little bit more appropriate for that game in London.
I might need the coffee for the 8:30 wake-up call, though. I need that extra caffeine to lock in.
Yeah, I don't know if tea would do the trick.
Might not be the same.
We want to thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. We'll see you tomorrow night.